Welcome, everyone, to another Throat Punch Thursday. How are you guys doing? I'm Brittany freaking Chavez. I like to go live and give weekly readings on Thursdays at 7 p.m. We call this Throat Punch Thursday because sometimes these are the messages that you don't want to hear, but the exact messages that you need. So if any of this resonates with you, feel free to keep watching. We will be doing live readings for the people who join in on the stream, but I find that sometimes when you replay the messages, they are very good and very helpful, and they are good messages for balance and for your intuition. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of my Ask and It Is Given cards because I just love those. I just love those. How are you guys doing tonight, by the way? People joining in on the stream. Are you well? Has the week been good? Has it been difficult? I had a really good week. I babysat. I've got a bunch of kids, and I had a bunch more this week, and it was a riot and a blessing. So I had a lot of fun. Happy Thursday. Hi, friends. Courtney, Terry, I gotcha. All right, so we're going to pull our Ask and It Is Given card, and then we will move on to our Chakra Oracle readings. So this card that we got here, it says, I am a physical extension of source energy. And look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a little sunflower. It says, everything in your physical environment was created from non-physical perspective by that which you call source. And just as source created your world and you through the power of focus thought, you from your leading edge place in this time-space reality are continuing to create your world. And I really love this. I love this deck. I love this message. I love the idea that everything that is a manifestation today was once just a thought. That means that everything that exists in our world today started as a seed, which means that your wonderful ideas, your wonderful desires, your manifestations, everything that you're working towards in your life is going to come to fruition in the perfect time, because everything starts as a seed. Everything starts as a thought. And you have time. You have time to manifest. You have time to change your life. You have time to do things differently. It might not look like that now, and it might not feel like that now, but you have time. You always have time. So we're going to go ahead and start our readings. And we're going to start off tonight with Courtney Terry. Anybody who is joining this stream, please like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And feel free to comment if you would like a reading. All right, Courtney. We've got 2 cards. Okay. So I like to do 2 card pulls, and the first card that we got here is the Faith. So this is the energy that surrounds you. This means that you have been this, week, today, you have been under the influence and under the energy of spirit, and probably in the most uncanny of situations. So this is literally as simple as like waking up and stubbing your toe and you like seeing that as a message from the universe. So this is a time for you to reflect on your life and kind of reflect on the things that you've been doing, even if it's normal everyday things, even if it's just getting up, going to work and coming home and taking care of your family. Reflect on how spirit has been touching you in your life. How have you been getting messages? How have you been getting inspiration? And how is that leading you and kind of inspiring you and driving you to continue to move forward through your life? I feel like a lot of times spiritual folks, you've got like an on switch or an off switch. And the on switch is, I feel so connected to the divine and I am awesome and I can do anything. And then the off switch is everything sucks and it's terrible and I feel no connection. And I feel like we all go through, we vacillate between those 2 on switch and off switch options. So if you're an on switch type spiritual person right now and you feel like you have a lot of the connection, just relish in it, be grateful for it. And if you feel like you don't have a lot of connection right now, think of ways every day that the divine inspires you, because I promise that connection is still there. It's just sometimes we feel like it isn't. And the energy that moves you forward is the Impatience card, which I feel like is a really good card paired with the other one. So the Impatience card talks about, wanting life to hurry up and manifest, and we're just not ready for it yet. So again, this is an energy, a time period where you should be like looking for clues. You're going to be looking for clues for what the next big thing is and for what the next step is. You're going to be waiting, just waiting. And sometimes that's a really frustrating place or energy to be in, especially if you have big ideas and big plans and you have a lot of things that you want to do and you're like, I don't want to just wait. Sometimes you need to wait for those cooperative components to find you. And a lot of times we get sad or distressed that our manifestations haven't happened yet. And we think, oh man, we're not powerful enough, or we must have done something wrong, or oh, this is a punishment. It's none of those things. When your manifestation doesn't manifest yet, it just means the cooperative components haven't reached you. So you haven't found that person or that experience or that connection that is going to lead you forward to that next big thing. So this is a message to hang on and to look for divine inspiration in the simplest of things. In the eyes of children and laughter and your favorite food and what you enjoy doing in your life, look for spirit. Look for that inspiration. Look for that joy. I hope that helps. And OKC Mama, she says, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, friends. And Holly Dolly Polly says, hi. Hi, Holly. And we're going to go ahead and read for OKC Mama next. If you are joining this feed and you would like a reading, feel free to comment and I will get you in. And we're going to shuffle these for a second. Got one. And one more. Okay. This is good. This is really good. Okay, see, Mama, I feel like every time I read for you, it talks about business and it talks about like what you're doing with your money. Like, I don't know why that is, but I feel like you've got like heavy, like manifest business, money, bank energy around you, which is not a bad thing. But your energy that surrounds you today is this acceptance card. Remember, this is cherry pie, and she slices the pie and says, sometimes I feel like this pie. I feel like I have a piece missing. And your clarity card, the energy that moves you forward, is the abundance. So this is definitely related to abundance. And now is the time to talk about systems, right? A lot of time we talk about, I don't know, whatever this is, fortune telling, giving people messages, helping people on their way, of life and manifestation, all that good stuff. The idea that if you think differently, your life will be different. And I think that while that is very helpful, while it is very helpful to control your vibes, to control your emotions, and then to move forward in direct manifestation with what you are attracting, sometimes that's not the only thing. Sometimes we have systems that are in place, like governments or, taxes or systems of oppression, any kind of system of oppression, anything that forces you to do something against your intuition, in my opinion, is a system of oppression. So we have lots of these systems of oppression that surround us in everyday life. And unless you're like the top 1%, which none of us are probably watching the stream, right? There's 12 people here right now. None of us are like Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates. We don't have these money and we don't sit above the systems of oppression. So a lot of times it can feel like, like I'm working really hard to manifest something big, like a big business, a big deal, a big plan, and it's just not happening. And you're like, I'm doing all the right things. I'm doing the rituals. I'm doing the meditations. I'm doing the, the work, the shadow work, or whatever it is that you're doing to manifest, and it just doesn't happen. Sometimes these systems of oppression are greater than what you're putting out right now, and that's okay to recognize that. It's not anything that you're doing wrong. We can't control everything, unfortunately. So if you are in an energy where you feel like you're a little bit stuck in terms of business and you're taking it out on yourself, like I should do better, I should be better, the answer is that you're doing the best that you can. And sometimes it just takes time. It's not to say that you can't manifest that wealth or manifest that next big thing. It's just right now is not the time. And you're working really hard against outside sources, against outside systems that you cannot control. So this is a really big message to take care of yourself and to realize that you are doing all that you can do, even though sometimes it feels like there's so many things piled on top of other things. It doesn't matter. You're doing everything you can do, and you should go to sleep at night thinking, you know what, I did the best I could do today. I was present. I did all the things. I called all the people. I did all the routines, and you know what? I'm happy with today. So just be happy. And everybody watching this stream, go to sleep tonight and thank your body. Thank your body from your toes all the way up to your head. Thank your knees, thank your legs, thank your body, your stomach, your shoulders, your head, your face. Thank your body. Thank your body for everything that you've gone through today. That's so important, having that gratitude. And I hope that that's helpful. And we're going to go ahead and... Facebook user said that they're tired, but they've been productive. So that's good. I'm glad that you've been productive. It feels good to put work in, doesn't it? Feels really good, especially if it's work that you believe in and that you're passionate about. And we're going to go ahead and read for Holly Dolly Polly now. So we'll get 2 cards for you. And anybody else joining the stream, feel free to comment. I will get to you. We have quite a few people who have already commented, so be patient with me. All right, Holly. You get the abundance card too. This time, The abundance card is the energy that surrounds you. So this feels like a shift in energy to me for you, Holly. This feels like you are coming into some money that's going, and it might not be like a hella ton of money. It might not be like, oh my God, $25,000. If it is, that's wonderful. But you're coming into some sort of money instability right now. And that stability is going to help you change your life and help you feel like you've taken your power back. And I think that that's really important. I think that we spend a lot of time thinking about what takes our power away. And we spend a lot of time thinking about the bad things that happen to us in life because it's unavoidable sometimes. Sometimes everything is just so heavy that we can't do anything except for sit in it and feel it. And then that's our day. That's our work. And so I think you're moving past the energy of just sitting and just feeling and just being kind of neutral. And you're moving into regaining some of your power back. I think that this is going to look like physical resources. So whether that is, like a job promotion or somebody randomly sends you extra money or you get, payments that are already coming to you, they get kind of boosted up or something like that. You have some extra money coming to you. So be crafty with how you spend that money and look at ways to make yourself feel powerful. And whatever that means to you, if that means going and getting a new tattoo or getting a haircut or, investing in a new wardrobe or something like that, do something that makes you feel powerful. Or maybe it's none of that. Maybe it's just spending time with family. Maybe it makes you feel like a powerful badass to be able to go take a vacation. Go do that. But you're coming into money, and your card that moves you forward, your clarity card, is this release. That's what I was talking about with that message of power. Okay, so you've got power coming your way, especially in terms of physical, money, abundance, that kind of thing. Use it. And don't feel like I've got to squirrel this away. No more money's ever going to come to me. Like, don't get rid of those fear and scarcity thoughts and move forward with really good intention and just feel powerful. Just be like, yeah, I got it. I deserve this. I earned it. And this is what I've been working towards. And that should help. Cassie joins us and says she had some witchy treat yourself. I like that. And Cassie would also like a reading tonight. So we're going to go ahead and read for Cassie. I like a treat yourself day. Oh my gosh. I felt like this whole week was treat yourself week for me because I spent time with my kids and with other kids too. And I was inundated with so many kids, and kids are fun. They are just fun. They're like loud and they run around and they just do what they want. I'm like, man, maybe adults should be like that. Maybe we would be like a happier bunch of people if we just spent time having as much fun as kids do. Like, kids literally have fun nonstop. So I had a great week, by the way. But we're going to go ahead and read for Cassie. We've got 2 cards for you now. So you've got a really kind of interesting reading going on here, Cassie. The energy that surrounds you is this dissipating card. And this is like an old lady. She's like watching TV. She's got her bird, and this is about living a life of vigilance and like always being like on top of everything. And vigilance, it can be a good thing, right? It can be good to be aware of your surroundings. It can be good to be vigilant for opportunities that are coming towards you. It can be good to think about your community and ways that you can help yourself and ways that you can use your resources. So vigilance is good. But what's bad is that hypervigilance. Hypervigilance comes from trauma, right? It comes from like all of the things that we experience in our life. So if you live this life of hypervigilance, sometimes you're always in fight mode. You're always like ready to battle. You're like, I'm ready to take on the world. And it can feel really powerful. But if you dealt with a lot of trauma in your life, maybe you want to feel powerful because that makes you feel alive or that makes you feel good. I might know something about this. Who knows? Okay. But trauma can make you hypervigilant. And sometimes that hypervigilance can lead to this feeling of, I'm going to take on the world. I'm going to fight all the battles. And then the battles don't come. And you're still stuck feeling really hypervigilant, and it expends your energy. So remember to use your vigilance wisely. Vigilance, like I said before, it's a gift. It is a gift, and it can help you find many opportunities for you. So don't get rid of it. Don't send it away, but bless it and honor it and find balance with that vigilance. Don't be over vigilant or hyper vigilant, because that can take your energy too. So I think the main message here for everybody watching really is look for areas in your life where you feel imbalanced, where this, whatever this section of my life is, this is causing me to drain energy and I don't like it. So look for those areas and try to close up those gaps. Your moving forward, your clarity card is the confusion. This is about pushing forward in finally having a breakthrough when you least expect it. In fact, when you're ready to give up, So I feel like this intentional attitude, this is something that is not new to you. This is something that you've been working on for quite some time. But now it's feeling a little heavier. And so my message to you is just keep walking. Keep doing what you can, all right? Do your best. Do your best. Every single day that you wake up, you do your best. And your best might look different on different days. Maybe one day you wake up and you really kick ass. Like you just get everything done. You talk to all the people. Everything is finished. You go to bed. You don't have a to-do list. And then other days you get maybe half of a thing done. And it's like, man, I got so much done on Monday. What went wrong on Tuesday? Don't judge yourself for that. Don't judge yourself for that. Be kind to yourself. Again, be really kind and just realize that your best looks different on different days. Don't get caught up in what it looked like at one time because that changes. It shifts from day to day. You're not a machine. You're not going to have consistent results every single day. Just take it as it is and just relax. Relax a little bit. Be happy knowing that you are doing your best. You are doing your best. Even if it looks different on different days, you're always doing your best. And I hope that's helpful. We're going to go ahead and move on. We got a Facebook reader who says, Facebook reader, you specifically asked about, or Facebook user, you specifically asked about a reading on your relationship. Please comment your first name because I can't see who you are. I would love to do that. Same thing. This other Facebook user says they would love a reading. Please comment your name. Hi, Stephen. If you would like a reading, please comment. There we go. And we've got Darla. So I will read for Darla and then I will read for April. And there is another Facebook user with a rainbow. I don't know who you are. So comment your name and I will read for you. But here we go, Darla. I am going to go ahead and read for you, then April, then Anna. Perfect. Yep, we got a little catalog going right now. And then if you are joining the stream, feel free to comment and I will get you a reading. Like I said before, be patient with me. I have a few people who are ahead of you. So, okay, Darla. Darla, you're doing big things and you are, I think you're currently on a trip, maybe. You're just adventuring, my friend. It's one of my favorite things about you is you have this like adventure spirit. Like you just, I'm going to go do things. I think more of us need to be like Darla. More of us need to go adventure and have fun. Be like little kids. Okay, Darla. The card that is the energy that surrounds you is this perfection card. And I'm going to show you this card again. This card comes up a lot, I feel like, for you. But remember, this is this card of this woman who is feeding herself. And she's feeding her inner child as she feeds herself. And she's eating these delicious berries. They're ripe. They're red like the earth. They provide energy and sustenance. This is a wonderful card. This is talking about you right now. Right now, you are working towards perfection. And what a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal to have, to work on perfection. That is what we should all be doing every single day that we're alive. It's not, again, it's not that we judge ourselves when we are not perfect. It's that we're always trying to be perfect. We're always trying to be better than we were yesterday. We're always trying to be good. We're always trying to do our best. And that's all that anybody could ask of you. That's all that anybody could ask of you. That's all that you could ask of yourself. Do your best. Be authentic to yourself. Don't deny yourself. Don't let people talk down to you. You're working on your own perfection. You're working on your own balance. And this is a moving target, people. This is something that we're going to be doing for the rest of our lives. We're always going to be working towards perfection and balance. So this speaks to your journey, speaks to where you're at right now. Right now, you're working towards perfection. And I like that. This is interesting, though. Your clarity card, the message that moves you forward, is the workaholic card. This talks about, believe it or not, I don't feel like for you, this is so much workaholic. This is more for you. You're holding on to something and you feel like this resource or whatever you have inside of you that you could share for everybody else, you feel like it's just not quite polished yet. It's not quite good enough, or you haven't hit that groove yet to make you feel like, yes, this is what I can do for people. But this is a message that maybe it's time to start shifting gears, especially in your mind, especially in your work, and think about ways that you can really enjoy your work and not hold back as much of who you are. So stop holding back who you are in terms of work. Allow yourself to be more authentically you in your work, and then things will click and shift and change. And I think that creates more income and revenue for you, or that's what I see anyways. This is a journey, this perfection journey. This is about moving forward, changing things for you, doing it on your terms, and that creates a lot more money for you. So I don't know what that means. That feels a little bit vague. That's probably the vaguest message I've given tonight. But this is really wild, and I'm wishing you really good energy on that, Darla. I feel like this means more money for you in the long run, which is good. I like money. So I hope that that's helpful, Darla. And we'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and read for April now. And like I said, anybody else joining in on this stream, that fell out. Anybody else joining in on this stream, feel free to comment and I will get you a reading. All right, April, your energy that surrounds you is this impartiality card. This is a message to you that you are supposed to take the hidden path, right? You're not supposed to pick sides. You're not supposed to say, oh no, I'm going to work on this side or I'm going to work on this side. You were supposed to see both sides. You were supposed to honor both paths, and you're supposed to move forward with integrity in your own spirit and with balance in your own spirit. And the best way that you can have balance right now is through impartiality. And that, again, that means not picking a side, even if people get mad. I feel like that is a thing in our world where you're like, I don't want to get involved. I am really not attached to the outcome of either of y'all's situation, but you guys are pulling me into this. You're trying to make my drama your drama, and my drama is my own. I don't want to be dragged in here with all of you. The best road to take is impartiality. Do not take sides with anybody right now. Chill, be in balance with your own self, and whatever this decision is that you're working through right now, it has to align with you. Okay, so you're the only side that you're on right now. You shouldn't be worried about what other people are thinking about you or how you can help other people. Think about you for now, and you can help other people when you come into balance. So think about your own balance first and then move forward to help others. That's a really strong message. And then this card that moves you forward, this clarity card, this is faith. Again, this is about taking a blind leap or being very aware of the subtle energies that spirit sends to you, the subtle messages and things like that. So what this says to me is that a resolution to your problem, it either is already there or it's working. It is working. You just have to reach out and move forward through that problem, and do not pick sides. I am strongly feeling like no matter which side you pick, it's going to be bad news. So don't pick a side and really try to be in integrity with your own person, your own self. And I feel like that helps you. But yeah, deep breaths. Deep breaths. Do not pick a side. All right, my friends. So we're going to go ahead. Anna, you're so sweet. You're sweet. Facebook user says, spot on as usual. That's probably Darla. You are very welcome, Darla. I appreciate you. And we're going to go ahead and read for Anna now. Real quick before we read for Anna, OKC Mama says yes. I feel like maybe that means the reading was good for you, my friend. Good. Yep. No, OKC Mama, you are perfect. And my message to you, I think still, my message to you is that you are doing enough. You are doing enough. And it is enough, even if it doesn't feel like it is enough. And I think that that's something moms struggle with it big time, but I feel like everybody struggles with that. Just like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not enough. I'm not being enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You all are. Oh no, I minimized my screen. Okay, here I'm back. Okay, we're going to read for Anna now, and then we're going to read for Karen Benson on Facebook, and then Jacovi. Yes, perfect. Okay, here we go, Anna. I'm going to pull 2 cards for you. Okay, we got one. There's another. Beautiful. Beautiful, Anna. The energy that surrounds you is this isolation card. I'm tired of this isolation card because we had a lot of isolation in 2020. I feel like we're starting to take a breath and come out of isolation collectively as a society. So that could be a really good message for you. Could be a message that energy has been going one way for a long time. You might have felt very alone, very isolated, like you can't reach out or like you shouldn't reach out. Now things are starting to shift for you. You can reach out. You can hang out with some friends again. You can be careful, but you can have more social support. This isolation card also speaks to not using your resources wisely. And what I mean by that is it speaks to like scarcity, like fear thoughts. Like, I have this stuff and I could change my situation, but I'm afraid to use it because I might lose that stuff. It's a risk. It's a risk to move forward. So I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to hold on to everything I have. That's what the isolation card's energy is. So this is a message of stepping outside of your box and getting a little bit uncomfortable. Okay. This is the energy of uncomfortableness to breed and create change. And so I would strongly recommend reaching out, like having a circle with some really close friends, even if it's like outside, everybody just sits and enjoys each other's company, but you should have people around you right now. You should find a way to include your social support. If you're not yet like comfortable with meeting people in person, think about just hosting a room on Facebook or find a way to, you know, virtually connect with people. But I really strongly feel like now's the time to reach out. Now's the time to have friends, to have conversations, and to tell people what you've been experiencing. And what you've been experiencing can help other people. Because everybody's been experiencing so much since the pandemic. Since this time last year, we've all been experiencing so much. And what you've been experiencing can help. So you, not only will you be helped by reaching out, but you will help other people. This will be like a mutual bonding experience. You just have to reach out and do it, which is hard, especially if you're caught in a rut. So don't pay attention to the rut. Pay attention to you. And don't be afraid to reach out for help. But your energy that moves you forward, this perfection, I like this. This talks to not feeling like it's quite the right time, so you're just going to put it off until later. The time is now. The time is now. There's no better time than now to reach out, to start, to initiate, to do things a little bit differently. So my message to you is your good enough is way better than most people's, and breathe in that message of power. Breathe in that message of good enough. Breathe in that message of I am worthy. I am worthy of this next big thing. I am worthy of these people that I am seeking companionship from. I am worthy of good support. I am worthy of good support. I am worthy of strength. I am worthy of perseverance. I am worthy of all of the gifts. I am worthy of these gifts. And that's my message to you, April. Or you're not April, you're Anna. Y'all look like sisters, though. I was talking to April one day, and she said you weren't related. And I was like, what happened? I had the Dr. Phil gift face where I was like, I don't know what's going on right now. My whole world is shattered. All right, my friend, we're going to do a reading for Karen now, then Jacovi. Holly said that she has felt an energy shift. That's really great. That's really great. Good for you. Another Facebook reader down the line says that they would like a reading, but I don't know who you are, so comment your first name. And so, yep, and then I'll read for Timara. So we'll read for Karen, Jacovi, and then Timara. All right, Karen. I'm going to pull some cards now. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, very good. All right, Karen. So your energy that surrounds you is this grief card. This is a heavy card. This is a woman. She's lost her friend, her dog, and she's holding this dog. And so there's a lot of emotion in this card. I feel like now is the time to talk about grief, now that the grief card came up. And so I want you to sit and to honor whatever it is, grief that you are feeling. And understand that grief is not just death. Death is a really big part of grief in our culture because people die and we miss them. That's a given. But did you know that you can grieve other things? You can grieve the loss of a job. You can grieve the loss of a house. You can grieve the loss of your life or the loss of your identity because maybe things shifted in your life and now you're feeling like you're just not the same person. So I feel like grief really revolves more around your identity of who you are and who you were before this thing happened more than it is just the loss of something. It's how do we pick up the pieces and become a different person now that we've experienced this big thing that caused grief in our lives? And the message is you just have to breathe. There is no other way to get through grief, unfortunately. I wish I had some magic spell or maybe like an herbal potion that I could give people that would be like, here it is, just drink this up and it'll take all the grief away. But the reality is a lot of life is grief. And I feel like the grief that we feel, the sadness or the really deep emotions that we feel, they bring us back to center and they teach us about the things that are very important to us in our lives. So if we walk through this life, we never lost anything at all, imagine how different we would be. If you never lost anything in your life, you would care for nothing. You would care for nothing. You would be a spoiled child, honestly. Grief teaches us how to appreciate things. It's a part of life. I don't think that life is all roses. I don't think it's all sunshine. I like to see the positivity in the world. But sometimes in your life, there are no positives to be had. You simply must sit with that grief until you become a neutral person. And once you become neutral, then you become happy again, or you have moments of happiness until you can swing the pendulum. So sometimes when you're all the way over here, you can't get happy if you're in a deep place of grief and sadness and sorrow. You can only come to neutral. And it's okay. I just want you to feel who you are, where you are at in this space and time, and honor that. That's all that there is that can be done. Grief is hard work, and it's a long time to process. So be kind to yourself, whatever it is that you're experiencing. But your clarity card, the energy moving you forward, is joy. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. So if you're experiencing a lot of grief right now, you experience loss, you experience, I need to find who I am again. That joy is coming to you. That high-reaching feeling is coming to you. It just takes a minute. So whenever you get a moment of joy, or a moment of good memories, or a moment of peace, leech onto it. Leech, grab it and hold onto it and savor it. Maybe you only have one good moment every day. Write it down. Write it down. So if you have a bad day and you have no good moments, you can go back in this little book and you can see, I did have some good moments yesterday. I had good moments last week. This isn't a bad life. It's just a bad time. So look forward to that joy. The more you focus on things, they expand. So focus on your joy. Focus on the people and the places and the things that create joy in your experience, and they will manifest further. And I hope that that's helpful. All right, name buddy time. Here we go, Jacovi. There's plenty of time for you, my friend. All right, so we're going to pull one card. So read for Jacovi or Brittany, and then we'll read for Timara. There we go. All right. All right. So the energy that surrounds you, Jacovi, is balance. Look at this. This card is the best. This is one of my favorites in the whole deck. This guy here is keeping his balance, and he looks fine. All these people, they're real mad. They are real mad. So this is a message. I love to tell people about balance. I'm like jumping and hopping. I'm getting so excited. I love to teach people about balance and emotional well-being, because I feel like most of our systems, most of our structures, most of the way we raise children in our society is about, how can you make me feel better and make me feel more comfortable? And that's what we do to kids. That's what we do to kids. Shh, be quiet. Stop making noise. Stop jumping around. Stop touching. We say that to kids because we want them to not inconvenience us. And that programming, it carries on through school. It carries on when you're a young adult. It carries on when you get your first job. And we eventually become people who don't know how to protect our own balance. We just want to protect the balance of the common good. And we feel like, if I feel bad, but everybody else feels okay, it'll be fine, right? No, wrong. Absolutely wrong. The way society is supposed to work is you're supposed to feel good, and your good emulates out, and it makes everybody else feel good. Don't you notice that? Haven't you ever been in like the most baller mood ever? Like you just feeling on top of the world, and you just like walk into a store or something and everybody's your friend. Like everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody is happy to see you. Like it's because you're radiating that happiness. You're radiating that energy. So when you radiate your own balance and other people are not in balance with their own selves, souls, their own self, their own being, they get mad at you. Like that is a really big thing, especially for people who are more aware of balance. Like most people are totally unaware that emotional balance is a thing that exists and that they can protect their own balance. So of course it's infuriating. It's infuriating if you're aware of balance and you know how to protect your own. A lot of times the things that you do to protect your own balance don't serve other people. I've got news for y'all watching this. We're not put on the earth to serve other people. Unless maybe you have kids and you serve them for a short time until they're adults. We're not put here to serve other people. We're put here to serve ourselves and to be happy. And your happiness and your greatness and your balance, it's like a puddle that's overflowing. It just touches everything else. So when you can be happy and emotionally balanced, you can heal the rest of the world. You can heal your family. You can heal everybody, the people at your job, at your work, whatever. Doesn't matter. It is infectious. Happiness is infectious. So protect your own balance and do so ferociously, ferociously. There is nothing more important than your balance. when you are balanced and your needs are met, you are able to be the fullest person that you are. And what I mean by that is like a lot of times, like, you know, as a mom, sometimes I get short. Sometimes I don't pay attention to my own balance and my emotional needs and that kind of thing. And then I get short with my kids and I feel really bad about it. But it's because my balance wasn't being protected in the first place. So I have to make sure that my balance is protected so my kids don't suffer. That is how we should look at it. It's not selfish to protect your balance and to protect your needs. You're protecting everybody else when you protect your own balance, because you become a monster when your needs aren't met. It's just humanity, unfortunately. And we can try to suppress and we can try to shove those feelings down and we can try to just make everybody else happy, but it doesn't work. On a deep soul level, you have to be happy, and then everything else flows from that. Sometimes it's real hard to be happy. Sometimes the only thing you can do is be neutral, protect your balance. So do that. Your clarity card, your energy that moves you forward, is the passion card. The passion card talks about, again, about doing things that you want to do just because you want to do them for no other reason in the world, for no other reason. And again, I'll show you this card. So this is like a princess. This is a person of like really good stature, and she's sitting in an old folks home reading. What's a princess supposed to do? Like, I don't know, like lounge on a bed and eat grapes all day or something? That's not what this princess is doing. It's not what she wants to do. She might have a certain state in life, a certain duties that she needs to fulfill, but she's out doing what she wants to do. So ultimately, this is a message to you that whatever it is that you're doing, it needs to be from you, and it needs to be what you want to be doing, not what keeps everybody else in check or what promotes everybody else's balance or makes everybody else money. Figure out what makes you happy and go from there, and only do what makes you happy. Try to avoid those things that suck your energy and that drain you. And I hope that's helpful. Okay, so we're going to read for Timara, and then Deniece, and then Angelica, and then Elle. Oh, perfect. You guys are awesome. You're all on it tonight. So read for Timara first. Anybody else joining the stream, feel free to comment and I will get you a reading. Like I said, be patient. There's a couple people in front of you. And yeah, we will pull a couple cards for Timara. Okay. Got one. And okay, so the energy that surrounds you is soulmate. So this means one of two things. This soulmate card, it rarely means that there's like a lover in your experience. For some reason, this deck, it usually means that there's trouble for whatever reason. So there's something going on in your life regarding to love or regarding to a long-term partner, basically. That's what's going on right now. And your clarity card is the workaholic. So what I feel like is going on in your life is you're experiencing love, you're experiencing a partner, or maybe you're looking for a partner, and things are just, they're a little bit wobbly right now. And I feel like the source of the wobble is actually you, and that can be really hard to hear sometimes. So I'm sorry for that. But sometimes when we experience wobbles in our relationships, it's easy to feel like, especially if we've been in bad relationships in the past, let's just preface that. So if you've been in a lot of bad relationships and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm going to start this new relationship, you still have all that clutter in your mind from those past experiences. So sometimes you can, without even realizing it, treat people like they are the people from your past and not realize that they are entirely different people, that you have a new and different situation. You have a new and different experience this time around. I feel like it's possible that the wobble in your relationship or in your finding a relationship, it might be concerned with work. You know, maybe you have a job that's too restrictive, or maybe you need to find a different job and that's where you find this other partner or person. But I strongly feel like there's some sort of connection there. So if you are a person who is a workaholic, it is good. It is so good to work hard. It makes you feel good. You have money, you have nice things, but don't lose who you are in service to working hard. You're not Timara, the person who works hard. You are Timara, the person who is joyful and who has a good life and who is happy with her experience. You're not just some worker at a company. None of us are just that. You are just that to your boss, especially if you work at a big company. But you are more than just that as a person. You are very important. You are very valuable. You're very valuable. And so make sure that whoever it is that you attract into your experience, be that, you know, friends, be that partners, whatever, make sure that they treat you with that value. And make sure that you treat them with that value. It has to be equal. So I wish you luck in that. I wish you balance and harmony in relationships. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple cards for Deniece now. We'll get 2 cards for you, my friend. Got 1 and 2. So, Deniece, you got 2 green cards. And remember, this is a Chakra Oracle deck. So green refers to like heart space, heart energy, that kind of thing. So the energy that surrounds you is the energy of trickery. This is the feeling that, you know, if you could underhand somebody, or if somebody could just underhand you, everybody could get what they wanted. And it's like, normally I'm living in integrity, but if I just do this one thing, this one bad thing that upsets my balance, maybe it'll be different. Maybe it'll turn out good this time. So this is a very strict message, again, to protect your balance. Protect what makes you feel joy. And don't give up your joy for anybody else. Don't give up your joy because you want to help somebody else. Or don't give up your joy because you feel like you're obligated to. Don't ever give up your joy. Find ways around it. Do whatever you can do, but do it joyfully. And this could mean that there's people in your experience that want to play tricks on you. Maybe they just want to cause trouble. I do not feel like this is like, oh my gosh, all the world is going to crash around you and this is horrible. I just feel like sometimes people have nothing better to do except for to stir up drama. And I feel like if that hasn't happened this week, it probably will happen very soon. Just hold on to your hat. Like, it doesn't matter. I personally love drama. I think it's really super fun because it gives you an experience of being able to show people who you are. When people stir up drama around you and you are like the eye of the hurricane, you are totally calm, it says something about your character. It really does. So this is a message that even if people stir up tricks or, you know, stir up chaos energy around you, it doesn't have to change who you are. Just because you experience something chaotic doesn't mean you have to emulate chaos. You can be in good balance and harmony with yourself and still experience chaos. That's okay. You can do both. You can do both things. And your clarity card that moves you forward is grief. It makes me think that maybe there are people in your life who do not serve you, and this chaos that they'll stir up or have stirred up, it might lead to a loss of friendship or a loss of organization in your group, in your circle. And that's okay. That's okay. Just be aware that it might happen. I always tell people, though, when people, especially friend people, walk out of your life, others will walk in. We're always making space for our circle. And sometimes it expands and sometimes it contracts, and it doesn't matter ultimately. The people who we had in our lives, we can be grateful for them. We can be grateful for their contribution, grateful for the time we spent with them, grateful for the energy that we shared, and then just move on. And so that is the message here. Sometimes the trash takes itself out. Sometimes spirit removes people from your life because spirit knows things that you haven't heard yet. So be trusting and be calm. Be calm through chaos. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull a couple cards for Angelica, and then Elle, and then Celeste. Perfect. Okay, Angelica, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to really shuffle for some reason. I feel like that it's time. It's so hard to shuffle when you stand, though. People, like, I don't know if you've ever shuffled standing up. You should go and try it, like, right now. This takes skills. That's why they pay me the big bucks, because I can shuffle while I stand up. So, Angelica, I'm going to pull 2 cards for you. And you were asking specifically about, like, relationship energy. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, two paths stand before you in terms of this relationship, Angelica. The energy that surrounds you is the Enlightenment card. You see that there is this person who seems like they're in really good balance with themselves, and they have a child that's presented in front of themselves. And of course, we know, we talk about this a lot. I think Jesus even talked about this, right? Like, children are special, and you must be like a child. And that is the epitome of enlightenment. That is the epitome of heaven and source and of energy. It's just joyful and happy and easy. Children are so special. And sometimes children change people. Like, sometimes people experience children after never experiencing children, or they have children, or they have a niece or a nephew or something like that, and they're just a different person. And it's really good. And sometimes they experience that taste of responsibility and they are horrible. They are really bad. And you can't know. You can't know because you can't know how somebody else is going to react. You can't control other people. So the message here is, again, you You have a choice. You cannot control other people. You can only control yourself. Okay. And so you could be a tool for this other person's enlightenment. You really could. You could sit and you could stay for years, maybe 10, 15 years. And you could pour all of your energy and your nurture into this person and they could change. That's a lot of work. I would never do it. I would never do it. I would never spend so much time and energy to change another person, to nurture somebody until they felt so safe that they could just be different. I'm selfish. I am not that person. I've met lots of people who are like that. I had a really good friend, and that is all she did really, was find strays, as I call them, like people who are on drugs or people who are really rough, and just take them in literally into her house, live with them for like 4 months and get them on their feet. I don't think I have the heart for it. I'm not that person. I can talk to anybody, but I can't take care of people like that. So my message to you is a path is laid before you, and you can be like me and you can protect your balance more, and you can say enough is enough. Or you can move forward and spend an investment in nurturing these people or this person. The choice is yours. Again, you don't have to do this. You're not obligated, but you could. And the energy that moves you forward is guilt. What that means is whatever decision you decide to make moving forward, don't be guilty, okay? Don't be guilty about it. If something is not working out now, it's okay to say, I'm done for now, and then come back later. Maybe later you'll have the availability and the energy for it. Maybe you won't. Or maybe you stay. It doesn't matter. What you do does not matter. What matters is your emotional and energetic balance. And what is balanced for you might be different than what is balanced for me. So my message is, do not feel guilt. Do not feel obligation to other people. The only person you're obligated to is yourself. Your pets, maybe. Your kids, maybe. You don't have obligation to other people. To your parents, to partners, forget it. Only obligation to yourself. So take that, work in balance with yourself, and I hope that it's helpful. That's a hard one, though. That's a hard one. Okay. Oh, no, we're going to read for Elle. I skipped over you, Elle. Okay, Elle, I'm going to pull 2 cards for you. Anybody else joining this stream, feel free to comment, and I will get you a reading. I feel like we're coming closer to the end of the chat, but I still have quite a few comments to get through, so be patient with me. Okay, Elle. All right, Elle, the energy that surrounds you, same thing. You got trickery. So it wasn't the last reading, but the reading before that. This is a message that people might be stirring things up in your life. And they're not stirring things up in a way that is meant to be like malicious. It's not like people are like sitting down at like a coffee, like drinking coffee, and like, how can I mess up Elle's day today? That's not how it is. People who are tricky or who have a lot of chaos energy, it's just what they are. They just emulate that. And you either love it, you love the excitement, or you're like, hell no, I want something a little bit more chill. I don't want this chaos in my experience. And so that's just a message. I don't know. You can do with it what you want. Sometimes people are very attracted to chaos energy. I know I am. I love chaos energy, and I get hurt. I get burned from the fire of chaos so much because I'm like, oh, it's so like catchy and flashy, and I love this chaos because it adds flavor into my life. But then I get hurt and my feelings get hurt, and I'm like, dang it, I played with the chaos fire again. So the message here is when you have chaos and trickery and things like that in your life, you can give into it, you can have fun with it, or you can ignore it. Again, choice is yours. Choice is yours here. And your energy that moves you forward is creation. This means that the situation that you are experiencing right now, this brings you gifts. Whatever you do to protect your balance, to get yourself out of this tricky situation, you either own your power and you say, no, I'm not going to be tricked. Or you say, yeah, I'm going to go along with this tricky stuff. I know what's up, but I like it. I like this. I like the energy of this. I like the stimulation. I like the chaos. But either way, however you decide to move forward through this situation, you gain power from it. You gain experience. You gain something that you didn't have when you walked into this situation. So look at this just as that, as another experience, as another journey, as another adventure. And I think when you take the pressure off of yourself and you say, yeah, this is an adventure. This is fun. When you tell yourself this is fun, then it takes the responsibility out of it, if you will, or it takes the pressure off of the situation. So just have fun. Have fun. I hope that was helpful. And then we're going to go ahead and read for Celeste. And somebody on Facebook said, Latasha, she said she would like a love reading. Absolutely. And then we will read for Kevin after that. So again, we're going to go up to Celeste, then Latasha, then Kevin. Thank you guys all for joining me. I really appreciate it. And anybody else who's on the stream, feel free to comment and I will get to you. Okay. So Celeste, the energy that surrounds you, very nice, is the vanity card. I'll show you what this one looks like. So again, the vanity card is about people not looking at life and seeing what is important and you being frustrated about it. Or maybe you're not seeing what's important in life. I feel like more you know what's important, but other people don't, and you're frustrated. I feel like that's what this message is for you. So again, we've said this a couple times throughout the readings tonight. Can't control other people. I feel like that's pretty solid advice. Can't control what other people do. Can't control what other people feel, think, all that kind of stuff. You can control yourself. And so I think the best way to enact and create change in your community is by changing yourself, because you can't do anything to make people act differently. But if you are so strong in who you are, if you are so balanced, if you are so happy, if you are so joyful, if you love to wake up every single day and do what you do for life, that's all you need. The people around you who are not appreciative of what life really is about, they see how appreciative you are, and that changes them. Changes them first on a subconscious level. They see you, they see that you're happy, and they don't know why. They don't know why you have balance. And a lot of times, this is where people get triggered. They get angry. They get angry. I'm angry at you. You have balance. You have happy. You have joy. And that makes me mad because I am just a miserable person. That is so common. We see that a lot, don't we? Don't we? But eventually, if you stick around long enough and keep showing people that you are joy, you are the real deal, you are balanced, and you do this intentionally, other people start to come around and they start to see, this is what's important in life. Gratitude, joy, being in balance with myself, being intentional. I like this. I like the way it feels. And then they change. Or they don't and they get mad and they leave. Doesn't matter. So the message here is you can't control other people, and it's okay if they don't have the same priorities and values that you do. It's okay. And your card that moves you forward, the clarity card, is wisdom. So this is really good. This is a message about feeling that divine connection within yourself, within your own spirit, within your own home, within your own soul, within your own container. Love that. I love that so much for you. So what this feels like to me is this feels like you are every single day that you're alive, you step deeper and deeper, and you're more rooted into your own personal power, into who you really are, and to what is important in you. And so keep walking. That would be my advice to you. Keep walking. And don't let other people's values or morals or ideas about how things should be, don't let that bother you. Doesn't matter. Inconsequential. All right, my friends, we're going to read for Latasha, and then Kevin, and then Heaven Flower commented. So we're going to read for Heaven after that. Very good. Okay, so Latasha, you would say you want a reading on love. Hang on one second. Let me shuffle these cards up and I will get you that reading. Okay. You said you're missing somebody. Oh, girl. No, this is a message that you're done. You're done with that person. Okay. This hurts. Ouch. This hurts really bad right now. I can feel that. I can feel that in my chest, how much that hurts you. Your message for the energy that surrounds you is growth. Growth. Okay. Growing is painful. It's so painful. Do you remember when you were like, I don't know, between 15 and 16, 18, I don't know, and you got wisdom teeth, like how painful it was for those teeth to grow into your mouth? Oh my God, that's really painful. Or do you remember being a kid and your limbs grow so fast that you have growing pains? Like that is horrible. Or like if you've ever had babies or if you've ever been around pregnant women, their bellies grow and stretch, and that can be painful. Everything that grows is pain, unfortunately. It's a process. It's being different. And it's comfortable to be one way, and then we're forced to be a different way. We're forced to be bigger. We're forced to explode and to have magnitude and to have more power than what we had before. We're forced into this. It's not like, oh yeah, man, I decided today I'm going to grow 3 inches. Like it takes a lot of power and effort. It's like this process to be able to grow into a bigger person. And that is what you're doing right now. And while other people might look at you and say, you know, you're ordinary, you're like grass, man. There's a million blades of grass out there. Grass, again, ordinary things are the most important things in our world because there are more ordinary things than there are flashy things. We think that there's lots of flashy things in our life because we are inundated with social media and with graphics and commercials and everything that is shiny. But really, there is more tangible, ordinary things in our life. You have so many items in your house that are just ordinary. Do you appreciate them? Do you appreciate them? How would you feel if you lived without a bed or without a pillow or something? Like, it's ordinary for people to have a pillow and a bed and a mattress. But if you didn't have one, that would be bad news. Okay? So sometimes the things that are simple and ordinary and pure and clean are the best things in the world. So if somebody is making you feel bad because you're not some sort of way, I've got fingers for them, but I'm live and not 18 plus. But anyways, don't let people make you feel like you are inferior. Okay? And this is a growing experience for you. So it hurts, but it's growing. And your clarity card, the energy that moves you forward, is release. There are sunbeams coming out from the clouds that reach out to bless you. This time is ending. This is a time of grief. This is a time of sorrow. This is a time of sadness. This is a time where maybe you feel real super overwhelmed. Things are real nice, real easy. I really love this. I really love this connection that we had, and then we don't have it anymore. It feels like you're inside of a rainstorm, inside of a cloud. The message here for you is the sunlight does shine through, but sometimes you just have to stay in the rain. Sometimes there's nothing else that you can do except for live and breathe in that moment. But you are valuable and you are worth it. You are so worth it. You're worth it, and you are sometimes better off by yourself than you are with somebody who treats you like you're worthless or treats you like you're ordinary. Sometimes when people are removed from your experience and from your life, it's for your benefit. Actually, most of the time it's for your benefit. So think about this as, this is for my benefit. Maybe if I stuck around a little bit longer, things wouldn't be so harmonious. Maybe right now, this pain that you're feeling is actually harmony. Think about that. That's wild. You could feel so absolutely horrible, and that can be the best thing for you. Oh my gosh. That's a horrible thought, right? But it makes me feel better with suffering. It makes me feel better. Because sometimes you go through things that are really super hard, and then that's it. It's like, man, I went through the crucible. Nothing can touch me now. I feel really pretty great. It's that hard work that I was talking about before. Sometimes emotions and getting over things and relationships, that's hard work. That's hard work. And it feels so rewarding when you do work through it. But the message here is don't allow others to make you feel any kind of way. I hope that's helpful. That one's heavy too. And then Kevin is asking about Gavin Allred feels about dating me and future and his energy. When he will date me, month and day. Oh, I don't know about month and day, dude. I'm just doing 2 card readings, but I can ask about this specific person. I would love to do that for you, Kevin. Oh, wow. See, the secret here is, for everybody watching the stream, I actually don't like love readings. It's like my least favorite thing to do, but I feel like they're the most popular readings. So I don't know. Maybe you guys are forcing me to do something I don't really like to do, and it's going to make me a better reader maybe in the future. We'll see. But Kevin, the energy that surrounds you is miracle. I don't like to get people's hopes up about love readings. That's why I don't like to do it. But you got like the most flashy, shiny card that there is in the deck. So I would say that this meeting is supposed to be, and it doesn't matter if this is supposed to be, this is my partner for 50 years, or if this is my partner for 5 months. It does not matter. It literally does not matter, because you don't get with people or have an experience with people because you want to have a lifetime with them. I mean, maybe that's the goal eventually, but you get with them because you want to experience, you want to have a journey with them. You don't want to have an unnatural journey with them. What if you were married for 50 years and you didn't like that person very much for 30 of those years or 40 of those years? That would be a terrible time spent. So maybe instead of focusing on, I want a long-term relationship, focus on, I want to have fun. That should be your focus, because anybody could be in a relationship for a long time, and if you're not happy, it doesn't matter. So put your attention, your focus where it matters. It matters on feeling joy, feeling co-creation, feeling ease. That's what it matters. And that's where you put your focus. Your clarity card, the energy that moves you forward, is faith. This card tells you to take a chance. I would say in terms of this meeting, specifically with this person, this is very good vibes. This is very good energy. I like this. It feels fun to me. It feels light. It feels easy. So what this means to me is that you have a chance at a connection here. You have a chance at a journey, at an adventure. And so take that as you will. Take that as you will. And I think that that is very good vibes, very good energy for you. Yes, and your upcoming relationships. I like that. And we'll go ahead and read for Heaven Flower. Before we read for Heaven, Anna said the reading was spot on. You're very welcome, Anna. April says Anna and April are sisters in important ways. Yep. Karen says thank you. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for watching. And Jacovi said that she needed the balance card. Yep, that's wonderful. Hi, Mina. You're wonderful. Oh no, my I'm gonna lose my battery is not plugged in. This is bad news. Hang on a second, people. I'm gonna lose the stream if I don't plug it in. Oh. Okay, I'm plugged in. No, I'm not plugged in. Oh no, there's something wrong with this battery. Oh, this is so much drama for a live stream. Please plug in. Oh no. I feel like I'm doing like the Terminator or oh, what's another movie? Mission Impossible over here trying to plug this stuff in. It's plugged. We don't lose the stream. Perfect. Well, hi, Mina. Sorry to cause so much drama. And then Cyber Freak tuned in. Hi, Cyber Freak. If you want a reading, please comment. And then CACutie. I don't know how to say you. California Cutie. All right. Yes, you can have a reading too. I'm going to be Oprah tonight. Y'all could get readings. But really quick, there's a Facebook reader who said, if I am not too late, I would love a reading. Please comment your name. I'm not sure who you are. But we got to scroll up. And we're going to read for Heaven Flower first. Okay, Heaven. Here is a reading for you. Got 2 cards. 1, 2. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so the energy that surrounds you is quest. It means that you have set out to do something very specific, but what you've set out to do doesn't exist anymore. And so what I mean by that, this is hard to explain. Sometimes we create this adventure for ourselves. We have this end goal, this destination, this manifestation, and that's where we're reaching. That's where we're walking towards. Sometimes it takes us a long time to get to that manifestation or that destiny, that arrival, that destination. It takes us a long time to get there. And the destination changes because it took us so long. That's okay. It's just the nature of life. Remember, it's better to travel well than to arrive. That's what the Buddha says. So this is a message about flexibility in your goals. This is especially a message about flexibility in what you're supposed to be doing in your life. And so what I mean by that is you've entered into an energy of moving forward, of working on yourself, of working on your destiny, of trying to manifest this next big thing. And something happened. There's been a fork in the road, or perhaps you've had a little chaos or upset in your life, and now the goalposts have changed. So what you were working towards doesn't exist anymore. So my best advice to you, as hard as this is for me to say to you, but drop it. Drop that goal that you had in mind and be flexible in moving forward. Sometimes the only reason we have a desire is to journey, is to process, is to change ourselves. And the destination becomes obsolete throughout our travels and our journeys. And so don't be afraid to change careers or to change your major, whatever it is that you're doing right now. I strongly feel like you're in this energy of, I've worked for this for a long time and I don't want to let it go. And you keep on like clawing and holding on to it, but it wants to leave. So just drop whatever that situation is, let go of resistance to it, come back to a neutral place and reevaluate where you're going in your life, because it's time to change. It's time to change what you're doing and where you're going. And then your energy that moves you forward is the service card. This card is a woman taking care of an older woman while her dead relatives watch around her. This is a message of, this woman doesn't want to be here. So this is a message of not doing the things that you don't want to do. Don't feel guilty when you perform service. So maybe you're in a service industry. Maybe you're in school to be in a specific industry or a specific career path. I'm telling you very strongly, now is the time to change, reevaluate. Don't do something just because it would make you money or you think it would be cool. Do it because you love it. You love it so wholly and fully. And that would be my advice to you. Don't be afraid to change something just because you spent a lot of time investment to get that something or to get halfway to that something. Just shift, just change. It'll be easier for you in the long run. It'll be easier for you in the long run to do something you love than it would be to sink a time investment into something that is not for you. Because that thing will leave you whether you want it or not, because you're only supposed to have things that are for you. You're only supposed to have things that create joy. So think about that. And I hope that that one helps. And CACutie, I'm going to go ahead and read for you. Angelica says her reading was spot on. Celeste says she likes what I'm saying. And Celeste also says I was spot on. And then Alesha commented and said she would like a reading. Yes, Alesha, I will get you a reading. Absolutely. I'm going to read for CACutie first. And then Queen Bean. Oh, your name is so cute. Hi, Queen Bean. All right, CACutie. I'm jumping around, but I'm back to you now. Oh, one card fell out, so that's your card. And then we're going to get another card. Hang on one second. Okay. Yep, and this one. Okay, so you've got cards that are blue and purple. So these are more like higher spirituality cards. Cards that deal with concepts. Cards that deal with identity. Your energy that surrounds you is bittersweet. This means that what you're experiencing in your life, there's good and there's bad. And a lot of times this speaks to cycles in our life. Something might be ending or changing for you. And you might be really happy and excited about it. You're excited for this change, but you're also a little bit sad. Because with change, there comes a little bit of grief and loss and sadness. Even if it's a good change, it's still always a little bittersweet. So honor that. You can grieve the loss of something and simultaneously be grateful for what is coming next. You can be more than one thing at one time. I think that's important. And then moving forward, your clarity is the forgiveness card. This card's scary. It's a little kid snuggling with a big rhino. Terrifying. I don't like that. This is a message that you need to work on forgiveness. And this has nothing to do with forgiving other people. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for having lived the life that you live. Forgive yourself for allowing yourself to have been hurt in the past. Allow yourself to breathe in compassion, love, and forgiveness. And it can be simple as literally as breathing. You breathe in and you say to yourself, I am love. Exhale. I feel love. And you keep doing that. Breathe in. I am love. I feel love. And breathe with intention. Breathe with power. Breathe with phrases and affirmations that make you feel better. But this is a message that what you're going through should be honored and respected. So now is the time to maybe journal, maybe make a memoir or create a photo album or something like that. Maybe a Google document, some way that you can memorialize what's going on in your life and then move on, you know? And sometimes that moving on part, it sounds so easy, right? It's 2 words, move on, just do it, right? Sometimes it takes you years. Sometimes it takes you a lifetime, but just move on. Move on means I'm going to move forward with good intention. Sometimes I'm going to have hard days, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to have more good days than bad. I'm going to make that commitment to myself. I hope that's helpful. And let's see. Alesha on Facebook says she would like a reading. I will go ahead and read for you. Shelford says that they would like a reading. I can totally read for you as well. And then Sarah would like guidance. Yep. So if you just comment, just tell me you want a reading, I will read for you. I love to do readings, and I am live Thursdays at 7 p.m. I start at 7 anyways. And I usually go for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that. But I'm still live. If you comment on this stream, I will read for you. So we're going to go ahead and read for Alesha. Your card that surrounds you, the energy that surrounds you, is passion. So it's time to start living. Live the life that you wish to create for yourself, and release what your church thinks, release what your work thinks, release what your mama thinks, release what your friends think, release it. Because ultimately you go to sleep with yourself, you wake up with yourself, You're the only person that you have to answer to, really. You might have to have crucial conversations with some people. Maybe they don't like what you do when you change your life. But now is the time to step into your passion. Do it anyways. What is the worst thing that can happen if you change what you're doing now? People going to get mad? Are people going to call you out? So what? They're going to do that anyways. People are always going to talk about you. They're always going to talk about you 100% of the time. Whether you do the best thing, whether you do the worst thing, whether you do nothing, people are always going to talk and criticize. So follow your passion, because they will criticize you if you don't. They will criticize you if you do. They will criticize you if you do something different. So don't worry about what other people think. Move forward in that passion. Where is your heart pulling you? I swear, when you feel spirit, like when you really feel spirit in your body, it comes right through your body. It almost feels like a string, like you're just being pulled. And it's such a good, like, flow, light feeling. For me anyways, that's how I feel spirit. So where are you being pulled right now? Where does spirit pull you towards? What would make you happy? And then go do it. Go do it. Your energy that surrounds you is gratitude. I feel like this means that you need to bless people. You need to bless them with your gratitude. And I think the best way to deal with people, if they are trying to give you advice or trying to help you with your life, when you are very solid and set in what you are doing, you're happy with yourself. Other people are like, let me help you be a little happier. Let me impart my wisdom on your ways. When people do that, they're just trying to help out. They're just trying to help out. But if you don't like what they're saying, just bless them. You know, it takes nothing to acknowledge somebody. If Granny calls you up and doesn't like what you're doing, just answer the phone, say, hi, Grandma. Thank you so much for calling me today. I love that I get to talk to you. Thank you. I appreciate everything you're saying. I know it comes from a place of love. I know it comes from a place of care and honor and respect. Thank you so much. And then go do whatever you're going to do. Just be respectful, right? Whoever it is, doesn't matter. Like I said, work, church, family, don't matter. Bless them. Move on. Go do what drives your passion. They'll talk anyways. Doesn't matter. I hope that helps. Okay, Sarah Roberts, any guidance helps. For sure, Sarah. I will go ahead and pull 2 cards for you. Anybody else joining on the stream, if you would like a reading, just comment and I will get one for you. All right, Sarah Roberts. Oh, you got a heavy reading. So, yeah, wow. This reading is the victim card. So this is the energy that surrounds you. This is feeling like you don't have an option. This is feeling like you don't have a way out and you are just stuck at the mercy of what everybody else is doing. And my answer to you is there's always something that can be done, right? And even if you are like, say, you're like, oh no, Brittany, I really can't do anything this time. I am really stuck. I really have no options. You always have an option. Maybe your option right now is to wait. You know, waiting is an action. Sometimes if you can't get out of a situation right now and you're feeling uncomfortable about it, you have to just wait. That's it. That's still an action. You're still doing something. You're actively working to get yourself out of that situation by waiting for a good opportunity. Sometimes that's where the energy goes. Do your own divination. Everybody watching this, I really recommend you do your own divination. There's pendulums. You can look in the description of this video. There's pendulums online that you can buy, and you can do that. You can get yourself a tarot deck. You can do bibliomancy, right? So I'm just gonna open up a random book, right? I got a thought a day journal here. You could get a random book, kind of go like this with the pages, open it up, and I want to sing like the birds sing, not worry about who hears or what they think. This is a message of self-acceptance. This is a form of divination. Me just opening up a book and looking at it, this is the message that I needed to hear today. So do your own divinations. I think that would help you a lot. That would help you a lot in figuring out when you are waiting or figuring out when is the time to take action. Do it. Do it. Do it. Divination is a way to interact with your own energy. That's all it is. Anybody can do it. Go do it. Go do it. Go get a pendulum. Go ask it some questions. But anyways, you're never stuck. And so even if right now you are stuck and you're just waiting, you are not stuck. You are powerful. You are always elevated in a position of your own power because you control yourself. And you're a wild card. You're a wild card. Nobody can be you. Nobody can be you. And you are you. You have your unique person, you have your unique personality, you have your unique experiences, and you are crafted for this life. This experience is yours. So you're never stuck. Your energy card that moves you forward is the acceptance card, which means that you are perfect exactly how you are. So if you're in a situation that you'll want to get out of, and you have a lot of people or a lot of energies collaborating and telling you that you aren't worth it, or that you are going to be right where I want you to be, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like you're not worth it. It can feel like you do have pieces missing, but you do not. You are full, you are whole, you are worthy, you are healed, you are capable. You are capable. That is my message to you. You are capable. You can change things for yourself. You can turn it around. It just takes a minute of patience and of good focus. Good focus. But think about things. I think the easiest way to get yourself out of a situation when you're stuck, you have no idea what to do next, ask yourself, what would I do if I had no barriers surrounding this situation? What would I do? And think of 5 things at least. That's an easy way to get your mind working. You might think about some things that lead you to a different direction, lead you out of that situation, maybe things that you hadn't thought about before. So just a thought, just a thought. And we're going to go ahead and read for Shelford. Real quick, Latasha says, thank you. You're very welcome. Facebook reader says, is it too late for a reading? It is not. Feel free to comment and I will read for you. And I think that's Melesa. So yeah, I'll read for Melesa after I read for Shelford. Okay, Shelford. So I'm going to go ahead and read for you. Perfect. Yep, and anybody else joining the stream, feel free to comment and tell me you want a reading, and I will read for you. Sometimes I can't tell who's commenting on Facebook, so sometimes you got to put your first name there so I can figure out who you are. But feel free to thumbs up. That really helps me. Subscribe. That really helps me. All of that is very, very helpful, very beneficial. And I go live. I try to go live on the new moons and full moons, but I'm live every Thursday at 7 p.m. So if you're looking for advice weekly, I'm a good person to follow. I'm pretty consistent. I like to do this. I'm always telling people that, like, do the things that you like. I like to read. I like to talk to people. I like to help. I feel like this is my gift to everyone. So I like to do it consistently. Okay, Shelford, you got the grief card as the energy that surrounds you. This is talking about experiencing the deeper things in life, right? I feel like life is light and sweet when you experience love and you experience joy and happiness. But I feel like it's a little deeper and heavier when you experience other things, when you experience grief and loss and pain. So if you are experiencing pain right now, hold and honor yourself. I think the best way to feel your emotions and to get rid of them or to process them really is to actually feel them, like to feel them in your body. Like, yeah, like, oh, I feel sad right now or whatever. I feel happy right now, whatever. What does that feel like in your body? What are you feeling? Can you name that emotion? If you can't, that's fine. But what does it feel like? Does it feel tingly? Does it feel warm? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? What does grief feel like? And when you can name that feeling in your body, it's easier to breathe into that space and release the effects. Okay, so take your deep breaths and feel your body. That would be my greatest advice to you, Shelford. And your clarity card, the energy that moves you forward again, is the passion. So this is a message about doing what you want to do. If you are experiencing grief or loss, or you're experiencing pain, life can be painful. We all go through it sometimes. If you're experiencing that, look for things that make you feel comfortable. I think the best thing to do if you're feeling horrible is to buy a set of really comfy pajamas. Because if you're feeling horrible, you're probably going to be in bed. So you might as well be comfortable, right? So get yourself something comfy. Literally, I mean it. Like, get on Amazon right now. Go find something comfy. Lay down, relax, be comfy. Get a fuzzy blanket. Like, take advantage of being alive and being human. Like, do the things that make your body feel good. If that's a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or some hot chocolate or a piece of cake, get it. Like, feel good. Tonight is about feeling good. Your life is about feeling good. Look for ways that make you feel good. And when you find those ways that make you feel good, more ways that make you feel good open up to you. So it just starts with you. It starts with you shifting and prioritizing what feels good, and more comes to you. And again, don't worry about what other people think. Doesn't matter. We all go through life on our own terms, or we should. If you're not going through life on your own terms, whose terms are you following? And are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with living somebody else's terms, living somebody else's life? If you are, that's fine. I'm not. I want to live life on my terms because I feel more happy and balanced when I do. And I hope you do too. I hope that helps. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read for Melesa. I've got Lilli who commented, yes, I will read for you. Shaprell commented, I will read for you. Melody says, I'm awesome. Melody, you're sweet. I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're well. Alesha says, thanks. You're welcome. Lilli, I can add you. Mirror just commented, I will read for you. I'm just scrolling down trying to get everybody, but then I'll roll back up. Amal, I can read for you. Cal, if you'd like a reading, I could read for you. Shelley, I will read for you as well. Okay, I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the top. It's going to be a minute before I get to everybody. I'm going to start with Melesa. If I have skipped anybody, Melesa and higher, please comment again, and I will read for you. People who I mentioned after Melesa, I will read for you. Just give me a minute. Be patient. And like I said, if you're here watching this feed, please thumbs up. Please subscribe. That's very helpful to me. Costs you nothing, and it's very helpful. Helps me with algorithms and all that computer junk. All right, Melesa, I am going to read for you. And I've got one card. Okay. Hang on. Let me get the second. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Melesa, you got the energy that surrounds you, got discovery. This is a really great card. This is really beautiful. This person stands in a very powerful position. I feel like this position here, this is like the Superman position, right? Like he's standing there like, you know, ready to take on the world. And how does that feel? Like right now, if you were sitting down, stand up and stand like this. Stand really powerful. Stick your chest out, put your arms behind you, maybe lean into your leg. Just do like a power pose and hold it for like 30 seconds. And how do you feel? Do you feel powerful? That's such a good way to feel power. If you're feeling like crap, do a power pose. Like, even if it's like strong muscles. Like, I know it sounds silly, people, but trust me, like I do this for a living. Do a power pose, you'll feel great. But your energy around you is discovery. So this means you are stepping into power. You are stepping into energy. You are stepping into emotion. I'm tangled in my cords. Hang on. Oh no. There's so much drama on this live stream today. Okay, I'm not tangled anymore. I'm good. But anyways, Melesa, you're entering into power and self-discovery. And so what that means is you're the on-switch spiritualist today. And what I was talking about earlier is I feel like spiritual people who are spiritually aware, they're either on, really connected, or they're off, and they feel like they have no connection. Everything sucks. So right now, you're experiencing flow. You're experiencing connection. You're experiencing the divine and how you manifest and connect to the divine in your life, which is beautiful. So take advantage of that. Take advantage. You know now you're in a time of self-discovery. What do you need? How can you support that journey of self-discovery for yourself? How can you support yourself while you figure out who you are and what you want to be and what you want to learn? Who can support you in that? Do you have friends? Or do you have a community, a circle who is going to help you while you figure out who you are? You know, the thing about self-discovery that I feel like we don't talk about enough is sometimes when you go on this path to figure out who you are, you figure out a lot of who you are not. So sometimes you come up with wild, crazy ideas or wild, crazy situations or experiences for yourself. Sometimes you do them. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes they resonate. Sometimes they don't. And it doesn't matter. Right now in this energy of self-discovery, you simply have to hold space for the possibility that these new things are coming to you. Just hold space. What I mean by that is hold a thought in your mind. Think, yes, I'm going to do this crazy thing, or I'm going to think about planning this crazy thing. And maybe it hits, maybe it resonates, maybe we do it, maybe it changes me. Maybe I don't. So have no expectations. Be free and be open and look for ways to support yourself on this journey. Your moving forward is enlightenment. I feel like this message is very clear cut to Melesa. This is a message that, again, you're going through self-discovery, and this is a path that leads to enlightenment. I am not the type of person that thinks that once you climb the mountain of enlightenment, then you are enlightened and you're going to be enlightened for the rest of your life. You're going to have downswings. We all do. We all vacillate, again, between times of having more connection and feeling like we're not connected at all. Right now, you have that connection, honor it, be blessed by it, and know that maybe some days in the future you won't feel as connected. So take advantage right now. But this leads to your expansion, to you leveling up, and to you feeling better in the moment and growing in power and in spirituality as a person, growing in intention as a person. So I bless you on that journey. I bless you with that. That is a beautiful place to be at. Beautiful. Expansion is beautiful. That's probably one of the most beautiful things that we have as humans, is just the ability to grow and change and expand and to become better versions of ourselves. I don't think there's anything more holy or more sacred than that process that we hold in our lives. So I like that for you. I like that a lot. We'll go ahead and read for Lilli and then Shaprell. Okay, Lilli, I'm going to pull 2 cards for you. Hang on. I got 1 and 1 more. Okay. Oh, Lilli. So your energy that surrounds you is this energy of release. So this release card means that maybe you're in the thick of it right now. You're going through a lot. But again, there's sun shining in this card. There's sun shining, you know, a while away. You just have to get through this rainstorm to actually be able to see the sun. The sun never leaves, you know, even if it's nighttime and it's so dark, the sun hasn't left us. We've just turned a little bit. We've turned our back away from the sun so we can't see it quite as bright. And it's the same thing when we're going through life. We're going through rainstorms in our life. We're going through, you know, areas of bad luck or tragedy or whatever you want to call it. We're just going through stuff in general. The sun doesn't ever leave us. We're just covered in some clouds. And eventually the sun comes back again. This is, again, so just the ebb and flow of life. So right now you're in it. You're in that rainstorm. And that's okay. That's okay. Just honor it. Sometimes it's best, you know, you can't do anything else. You can't avoid the rain. You could sit in your house and be miserable all day while it rains, or you could go out and play in the rain, make the best out of a really bad situation. And sometimes it's a really bad situation. It's hard to see what is the best. Follow your intuition on this one. You've got this. And it's hard to see the sun when you're in the middle of the rainstorm, but it is coming. And if a rainstorm is so heavy, it's like, you know, sunny, bright, my life is fine, and then all of a sudden you get downpoured on, it means it's probably going to end as quick as it started. So if that's any consolation, it might be real thick and real heavy right now, but I see that it's dissipating for you. And your energy that moves you forward is the impatience. Impatience means that you are trying to reach for things that are not yet meant for you. And I don't know if this means that you have to expand a little bit, you have to level up, or maybe you just haven't met the right people for what it is that you're manifesting. So the big secret here is we don't manifest anything ourselves. We're not just ourselves living on the earth. We are ourselves living in a community, living in a family, living in a neighborhood, living in a city, in a community, in a state, in a country. We are people that are very well connected with everything that is going on around us. And so don't forget that. When you look to manifest a better life for yourself, or you look to reach for that next big thing, sometimes it's just you haven't met the right people. So keep your mind open. Keep your body open. Keep your thoughts open. Just be open. And what I mean by keeping your body open is like I was talking about with that power pose before, like, keep your chest open, and when your body is open, you feel good, you feel strong, you feel powerful, I feel like energy moves to you a lot easier. So feel powerful in your body. Practice ways that you feel powerful and feel open. And then go out and meet people. Go out and do whatever it is that you want to do. Nothing is holding you back. Nothing holds you back except for yourself. Nothing holds you back. You're too powerful. The only thing that could hold you back is yourself. I hope that helps. Okay, so we read for Lilli. We're going to read for, I think we're going to read for Shaprell now. Shaprell and then Mir, and then we'll just go down the line. If you guys are watching, if you're turning into the stream new and you would like a reading, please comment and tell me you'd like a reading. I will go ahead and do that for you. We'll go ahead and read for Shaprell. There's one card. Oh, Shaprell, you got the scary guy card. So real quick, both of these cards, again, this is a chakra deck. So both of these cards are orange, which means that this deals with your sacral energy. This deals with your creation, manifestation, desire, creativity, energy in your life, your ability to create. And so the energy that surrounds you is impasse. This is feeling like, you know, I'm walking down this path and I'm a little nervous about this path, this where I'm at in my life. And then all of a sudden, a big scary dude or big scary bear, something jumps out in front of your path and scares the bejeebies out of you. And you're like, I don't even know if I want to do this path anymore because that was a really scary experience. The message here is sometimes that little, you know, chaos energy that's put in front of your path to stir things up is actually meant to test you. It's not so much, this is a roadblock, it's time to shut down. Don't do this path anymore. We're done. It's not that as much as it is, I'm going to put a little bit of resistance here in this path. How bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough that you're going to work around this resistance? Or are you just going to give up? Do you have tenacity or not? This is the question of your life. This is not a challenge that is a message. Okay, it's time to stop what we're doing. This is a challenge. This is like, I am challenging you and you are going to pick things up and you're going to change things for yourself and you're going to continue to change things for yourself. Or you're just going to go home. So that is the message for you. You have an option right now. You can just go home and sabotage yourself, or you can keep moving forward. I suggest you keep moving forward. That impasse is only there to test you. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? And your energy moving forward is the passion card. I feel like this is supposed to be validation for this card. I feel like what this means is that you're working towards doing something that you are passionate about and you've hit a slam, like a slam stop. And you're like, I don't even know what to do right now. The message for you moving forward is just take a breath. And again, sometimes you got to come back to neutral. Sometimes you're so upset by the circumstances of everything that happened that you can't even think rationally and your emotions are way too high. And you need to come, you can't be happy and you can't think from things, you can't think of things through the lens of joy and ease. You can only think of the things in terms of neutrality. So come back to neutral, even if you can't be happy, chill and figure out, again, where does my passion align in this manifestation, this thing that I'm working on? And how can I reach towards that passion, pull those strings of passion to make my manifestation come closer to me? So what I mean is, whatever it is that you're doing and working on, what do you enjoy about that? What do you like about it? Write it down. Write what you enjoy about that experience. And then do more of it. Do the hell out of it. Do it really good. If you really love something, do it. And only do what you're passionate about. Man, if you're running a business or doing anything else and you can afford to, if you can figure it out, hire people to do the jobs that you hate doing, because that's the best way and the easiest way to run a business or to start any project, really. If you love something, do it and do it until you can't do it anymore. And if you don't love it, find a way to outsource it. That's just advice from one business owner to the next. I hate accounting, stresses me out. I pay somebody for it. No stress there. So I think running a business to me is funner because I don't have to worry about these other things. So what is it that is sucking the fun out of your passion? And how can you either get rid of that thing or give it to somebody else so that you don't have to worry about it? That's my advice. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so we're going to read for Mir, and then Amal, and then Shelley, and then Kel85. Shelford says that they appreciate it. You're very welcome. Brianna asks if there is a list. There is not. Just comment if you would like a reading. Lilli says it's been difficult. And you're very welcome, Lilli. Melesa says that the energy of the reading was good. You're very welcome. Perry, I can read for you, but I have a couple people in front of you, and then Amber just messaged. And Amber, I will get to you. I will get to everybody who commented so far. Just let me scroll back up, and I'm going to read for Mir right now. So Mir, then Amal. Okay, Mir. I'm going to read for you now, so I'm going to pull a couple cards for you. And you guys who are watching from YouTube, after I finish uploading these videos, I go back through and I upload chapters, which means that you can actually go to the reading that you missed. So if you missed, you're watching just the end of this stream, you want to watch the beginning, you'll be able to see the chapters after this video gets uploaded and processed. So that's a little bit easy. It makes viewing a better experience, I think. But Mir, we're going to go ahead and pull these cards now. All right, Mir, you're doing something in your life and it doesn't feel good. You're doing it out of obligation, and it's time to stop that. Your energy that moves you or that surrounds you is the guilt card. And this is a person who is taking care of somebody else who refuses to take care of themselves. And so this is a really big message to caretakers everywhere, to oldest children everywhere. If you're the oldest child, you take care of everybody. That is just how it is. If you're an only child, it's not usually like that. But if you're the oldest child with multiple siblings, you're the caretaker. It's just, I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's like a birth order thing or if it's, you know, astrology or the stars or whatever it is. If you are a person who has always been caring for everybody else, chances are you feel an impulse to always care for everybody else. Or if you grew up and you were a kid, nobody ever took care of you. A lot of times when you're an adult, you feel like you got to take care of people. You don't. You got to take care of yourself. Again, we talked about this earlier. Go back and watch the video again on the replay. But you have to protect your balance so you can be the best person that you can be so that you can move forward and help everybody else. You can't help everybody else if you're not feeling your best. And if you do manage to help them, it's not going to be the best help that you have to offer. You offer the best help when you are your best self. You are your best self when you listen to your needs. You're not listening to your needs if you're doing things because people have guilted you into them. Don't let people guilt trip you. That's the message here. Don't let people guilt you into doing things. And the energy that moves you forward, your clarity, is instinct. You know what's up. You know what this is about. You know what this reading is about. You know full well what the situation is about. And now is the time to tune into you. Tune into your instinct. Again, don't let people guilt you into things. If somebody's in your life and they refuse to take care of themselves and they're angry at you because you won't take care of them, what the heck? That doesn't even make any sense. Why are they angry? They're angry at themselves because they don't want to take care of themselves. That has nothing to do with you. And if they're angry, whatever, they'll get happy again, or they'll just see themselves out. So as painful as that might feel now to think, oh, there might be some changes coming up in my life, it's time to stand in your own power, in your own instinct, in your own intention, and only do what you were supposed to do. Don't ever be a place where you don't want to be. Don't ever be taking care of people you don't want to be taken care of. Don't ever be handling situations you don't want to be handling. Don't do it. Pay somebody else to do it, or don't do it at all. That's how I feel anyways. Ask me how my dishes get done, by the way. But I'm going to go ahead and read for Amal. Amal, I just dropped a card. So I feel like that card jumped out of my hand and it's yours. Okay, we got one. We're going to get one more. Alrighty. Amal, you got your service card as well for the energy that surrounds you. Again, this is a person taking care of somebody they don't want to take care of. And they're doing it out of duty and out of obligation. So if you are to take care of people, you do it because you love it. And if you hate it, I promise you there's somebody out there in your experience who loves to do it. Like there are people who out there, maybe some people that are watching the stream, that teach kindergarten. They have like 25 or 30 5-year-olds that sneeze and lick everything, and they're very loud. That's a really hard job. I could never be a kindergartner teacher. There's no way. I could never like step into an elementary school and be like, yes, I'm going to do this for like 180 days with like 25 kids. That's a hard job. That is a calling. If somebody gave me that job and told me I had to do it, I would like run away to the hills or something like that. There's no way I could do it. There's no way. What somebody is called to do that job, and somebody is a kindergartner teacher and they just love what they do. They love taking care of the kids. They think they're the cutest. They love having a hand in educating and nurturing kids. I'm like, that's a lot of stress. I've got my own kids. I don't want to have 25 others. That's a lot. But there is somebody for everything. So don't feel like you are obligated to do something because nobody else is going to do it. Because if you weren't there, it would get done. 100% it would get done. So don't feel obligated. Do what you want to do because you want to do it. And make somebody else do it if you don't want to do it. There's plenty of people. Your clarity card that moves you forward is faith. So again, this is a message about taking a leap. It might be scary. Maybe you're in a job or you have a certain family situation. These people are supporting you, man. They're signing your paychecks, making sure you eat. And if you say no to them, maybe you fear the loss of security. But what is more important? Is your security more important right now, or is your happiness more important? Sometimes your security is more important. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you stay in a bad job or a bad situation because you're comfortable. And that's okay. But if you recognize that you're uncomfortable, send your feelers out there and look for ways to change that situation. If you don't like the situation you're in now, find security in a different situation. 100%. You're never stuck. You are never stuck. And that is my message to you. Don't be doing things you don't want to do. If you're stuck doing things right now you don't want to do, figure out how to not do them. Figure out how to change them. Figure out how to transmute them. And that energy will shift for you. When you put that intention out there, you say, yeah, I'm going to shift things. I'm going to change things for myself. It's going to be different. It will be. It will be. You have to be open to letting go first. And then those other things come into your path. So take the jump. Take the jump. It might feel scary, but it's not. There's only goodness and blessing for you in the future. This is heavy, Shelley. This is heavy. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for you. Shelley Marie. So we've got, let's see, one card here and one card here. So your message directly, I would say based on these cards and on this energy, that this is a very delicate energy. So this person, they did what they needed to do because that was what they needed at that time, unfortunately. Okay. I have this teacher. She's wonderful. She's a mentor of mine. She's done a lot of work to make me the person that I am. And she was talking to me about like depression and like the energy of depression and what that feels like. And we're talking about like suicide. We're talking about people who kill themselves. Like what happens? I was raised Catholic. Okay. I was raised and I was put in this oppressive belief system that if people die of suicide, they go to hell and you never get to see them again. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all in my wildest imagination, because mental illness exists and struggles exist. And sometimes you have more than you can carry. And sometimes that's what happens. It's horrible. It's very unfortunate, but I don't think that there is some sort of energetic ramification. Somebody's gone forever. I don't believe that at all. That sounds like a lie. That sounds like something literally a devil would say. I don't believe that at all. So that's first of all. But secondly, my teacher was talking to me about depression and suicide. We were specifically talking about Robin Williams because this man was like so happy and he brought so much joy to everyone he touched. Even the saddest people in the world, this man can make them laugh, but he was such a sad soul, such a sad soul. And my teacher said to me, if you woke up every single day of your life and you pushed a boulder off of your chest just to get out of bed, would anybody blame you if one day you woke up and decided not to push off that boulder? The answer is no. So sometimes people are not capable of pushing that boulder off. So it has nothing to do with you or him or anything. He just wasn't able. He wasn't able that day. It was just a hard day. It was a bad day. Not a bad life, just a bad day. So this person needed to go when they did. I think everybody who goes needs to go when they do. Unfortunately, there exists physical reality and non-physical reality. And unfortunately, physical reality comes to an end. The good thing is non-physical reality is energy. You can't destroy energy. You can't create it. So that person is out there and you can't connect with them. So the energy that surrounds you is gratitude. And that gratitude is how you connect. You know, I've lost people too. And it's very excessively hard to connect to the spirit world if you are feeling heavy grief and heavy sorrow. It's very hard. It's not a punishment, or it's not saying that those people aren't near to you. You can't feel them if you're feeling that. And that is the most messed up thing about grief. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Like, I am missing this person so much and I can't feel them because I'm missing them. But your focus, your energy, your alignment is on missing them, and it's not on them, and it's not on the times that you had, the good times, the memories that you made and that you spend together. When you focus on the memories and the joy and the gratitude, it's easier to connect to them, and they're so close. They're still close if you can't feel them. It just feels like they're further away if you feel that other stuff. So think about that. Those people, you know, there's no separation in spirit. Those people are not gone. They're just somewhere else. Somewhere close, but somewhere else. And the energy that moves you forward is the growth card. And the growth card speaks to going through ordinary experiences and becoming extraordinary because of them. Death is ordinary. We all die. All of us are going to die someday. Everybody watching this stream. I do not think we will find a cure to death in my lifetime. I don't know if a cure to death exists. I think that humans have been searching for mortality since the beginning of time. It just doesn't exist, unfortunately. We just have to realize that ordinary transitions happen and they make us feel extraordinary things. So what you're going through is ordinary. Everybody experiences this at some point in their lives. It just feels really heavy and it hurts right now. It's terrible. But this that you experience is what changes you. This is what makes you a different person. Hard to see that right now. Hard to see that on a bad day. They always say that you can't see the forest through the trees. How true is that about grief? You can't see those good times if you're focused on the loss and the absence of. So think about that in terms of connection to the people who you have lost. Think about how you can connect with them harmoniously. I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll read for Perry now, and then Amber. Thank you all for watching this stream. I appreciate you. Please like and subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. That really helps me. We're going to go ahead and pull 2 cards now for Perry. Wow, this passion card keeps coming up a lot. This has come up a lot in these past readings. Okay, so Perry, what's going on in your life is you are very passionate about a particular thing and you are not paying attention to it. You're not paying attention. Why? Why? What has distracted you? Did you go through something in your life, or are you just busy with the reality and responsibility of life and you've forgotten that passion? The card that surrounds your energy is the passion card. This directly speaks to fulfilling your passions because you love them, not because somebody else told you that you're supposed to be living your life however their standard says. So find what that passion is. Again, you might have lost it somewhere along the way. You know what that passion is, though. When you were a little kid, you used to do things. I don't know, kids just play. They just do stuff, and they lose track of time. 5 hours can go by, and they're still playing, and they don't even know. That is true passion. That is true joy. So what is it that you do that you just lose track of time? And how can you do it all the time? Or how can you do it more often? Latch onto that passion. Latch onto that creativity. Latch onto that energy. That is medicine for you. And your energy that moves you forward is vanity. Vanity is talking about paying attention to the things in life that are important. And so what is important? What is important? I don't know, Perry. What's important to you? What's important to you is way different than what's important to me. I can guarantee that. I've never met you, but I know that we have different values and priorities because we're people. Everybody's got their own set of values and priorities. So what is important to you? Have you figured that out yet? Do you know? Some of us don't know. Some of us just kind of, wiggle through life until we figure out a purpose, or we figure out what does make us happy, or we figure out what is important in our lives. And that's okay too if you're still on a journey of figuring out what is important. But this is a direct message, a kick in the pants, if you will, that you are not falling in alignment with what your passion is. How can you love your passion a little bit more? And again, experience that passion, even if it's just a glimpse of it, a little bit more in your life. And I hope that helps. Mir says thank you. Jaswinder says hi. You are very, I don't even know. You're very welcome. That did not come out right. I'm getting all floaty because I've done too many readings, so I'm gonna have to call it quits soon. I feel like if I stay too connected too long, I start to lose who I am physically. I'm gonna have to go outside and ground and hug a tree and step out barefoot and that kind of stuff. I'm gonna float away, you guys. All right, I will do a couple more readings, but I'm gonna read for Amber. I will read for Amber. I will read for Harmony. I will read for RBY. I will read for Shaw. And I will read for Riri. And that's it. After Riri, I'm done. No more readings. It's been almost 2 hours, and that will be too much for me. So we'll go ahead and read for Amber. Okay, Amber. You got 1 card. And then 2. Yep. So you got 2 green cards. These are heart cards. These relate to your heart energy and the way that you see the world through compassion. And the energy that surrounds you is the grief card. That means that you might be feeling things extra heavy right now. That means that it might be time to slow down and to feel what feels heavy. A lot of times when we feel heavy things, we just want to run away. We just want to run far away. We're like, oh, that was really heavy. I don't want to pick that up again. But the best way to drop it is to feel it and to hold it in your hand. Feel that heaviness and then let it go in your own time. Don't let anybody dictate when it's time to let go. Sometimes you grieve again for days, for weeks, for months, for years. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You decide when you get to let that go. And maybe you don't. Maybe you always keep a piece of it. That's okay. So this is time to sit with yourself, sit with your emotions, sit with who you are. And don't let people create problems for you in terms of this. You got the Trickery card in your energy that moves you forward, which means that people might be trying to make you feel bad about what you're feeling inside or make you feel bad for what you're experiencing. And the answer is other people don't dictate your life or your emotions at all, at all. You get to decide how you feel, and you get to decide how you move forward or how you stay put for as long as you stay put. Don't let other people make you feel like that you owe them what is the word? Like you owe them an explanation for who you are or how you're handling things. You owe them nothing. You are perfect. You are absolutely perfect. You're so solid. And I have a message that you need grounding too, though. Amber, you need grounding, which means I want you to go outside. I know it's probably dark, but go outside in bare feet, either today or tomorrow in the sunlight, and just sit outside and feel what the outside feels like. Feel what that connection feels like. Have you ever intentionally stuck your feet in the dirt and just been like, wow, this feels great. This feels like connection. This feels like safety. This feels like I'm a part of something that's much bigger than me. I love grounding. I love that. So my message to you is that you need some of that right now. That helps you figure out who you are when you can come back to neutral. And grounding helps you with that. Grounding helps you come back to neutral. I hope that's helpful. Oh, yes. Look at this. We just received 100 chat messages. Thank you guys so much. Oh, that's so fun. That is so fun. Thank you, everybody who commented tonight. That's awesome. So I'm going to read for Jaswinder. Oh, Priya commented. I remember you, Priya, from last stream. Hi, Priya. Okay, Jaswinder, we'll go ahead and read for you. Okay, Jaswinder, you got the Vanity card for the energy that surrounds you. And that means that people are upsetting your balance in your life. And you are so, like, you have this idea of what you want to do, and you're like upset that other people won't get on board with you. You're like, okay, dude, now is the time. Like, I've got a really good idea. I'm putting everything together. Like, why won't you just do this with me? You cannot control other people. The energy that surrounds you or that moves you forward is your soulmate card. This makes me feel like you have got different alignments or different ideas than your partner does at this moment in time. And that might be causing some upsetness or some imbalance with you. And my message to you is it's okay to put your foot down, and it's okay to want what you want. It is okay. Sometimes you do have to make compromises there, but you should have a base understanding of what's important to you with your partners and with your close relationships, even if it's like a close friend or something like that. Like, people should understand you so much that they understand what's important to you so they don't hurt you or offend you. Does that make sense? It's about setting boundaries, I feel like, in this particular energy. Like, now is the time to, and maybe you set a small boundary this week and it didn't turn out very well and that person got angry. Now is the time to set that boundary a little bit harder and make sure that if you stick with that boundary will hold. But if you are wishy-washy on that boundary, then that person's just going to keep stepping over it again. So be very certain of what you want and then follow through. Yeah, that would be my advice to you. Follow through. And I hope that helps. Okay. Priya, I will pull a couple cards for you. Priya, and then Harmony, and then RBY. All right, Priya, you got the Perfection card for the energy that surrounds you. This makes me feel like you have trouble with perfection in your life. Like you won't turn something in, or you won't do something if it's not absolutely perfect. Like, if all the situation components are perfect and you've made it perfect and you've spent 100 hours on it, like, it has to be perfect before you turn it in. So my message to you is release that. Actually, your Clarity card that moves you forward is release. So Priya, this tells me that you're being paralyzed by this standard that you've set for yourself. You set a very high standard for perfection and for how things are supposed to be in your life. Sometimes it's not possible to reach that standard. I want to invite you to think about the standards you set for yourself. Are they standards that society expects of you? Are they standards that your parents expect of you? Are they standards that you expect of yourself? Are they realistic? Can you adjust your standards? Is your good enough good enough? I think it is. When you live your life as a perfectionist, your good enough is a million times better than anybody else's good enough. So my message to you, Priya, would be just turn it in. Just move forward and do it the best that you can without obsessing over the perfection, because that holds you back. That energy holds you back. I hope that helps, my friend. All right, Harmony, I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Okay. And thank you. Thank you for subbing, Harmony. I appreciate you. I go live Thursdays at 7 p.m. so you can catch me again. Harmony, you also got the soulmate card for the energy that surrounds you. So I feel like this, you're on a journey, and I'm not sure if you're the more spiritual one or if your partner or potential partner is the more spiritual one, but there's some upsetness in spirituality and in your religion. It's either like you're too much and this other person is like, I'm not sure about this, or that other person is way too much and you're like, I'm not sure about this. Either way, there's some sort of imbalance in that spirituality component. And I think I mentioned this earlier in this video, but if you are feeling like, you know, things are not quite right, not in quite alignment with what you're going for, with what your energy is, I think the best thing to do is to just lead by example. You know, I was into weird spiritual stuff way before my husband ever even knew what it was. And I would just do weird stuff. And he would always just watch me and be like, whatever. Like eventually after a couple of years, he came around. And I feel like that is a really good way to be, honestly. If you are happy and your practice makes you happy, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, even if they're a partner, honestly. You're not in charge of your partner's not in charge of you. Just be happy. Just do what you do that makes you happy, whether that's spirituality or intention or going to church, whatever it is, do it. And if they're doing their own thing, just let them do their own thing. Whoever is happier in the relationship always wins. Like, do you realize that? If you are happy and you show your partner that you are happy, eventually they look at your happiness and they want to be happy with you, you know? That's how it's supposed to work out in a balanced relationship. So if this person is meant for you, they're going to look at your happiness and they're going to want to expand on that. And if they're not meant for you, they're not going to care about your happiness. And do you want to be with somebody that doesn't care about your happiness? Think about that. Judge this situation and judge, does this person care about my happiness? And if they don't understand what makes me happy, can I communicate to that to them so that we can be happy together? I hope that helps. RBY says, what should I expect with my new job? That's awesome. Hang on a second. Let's pull some cards for this. I feel like that's good. So I'm going to read for Shaw and Riri, and then I am done. Or maybe you're Shay. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. But I'm going to pull these cards for RBY. Very good. This is a spiritual journey for you. So RBY, sometimes we do things in the physical world, whether it's a job or, you know, something mundane, like going out to a bar or buying a house, like buying a car, you know, think about things that you do, like whatever. They're just, yeah, I do this. This is part of life. So this is a part of your life. It's whatever. It's a job. But what this does is it teaches you something. And I'm not sure. What is it that you need to learn? Are you like a frustrated person? You need to learn more patience. Are you a disorganized person? You need to learn to be more organized. There's something about you and you need to learn from this job. And this will teach you something. You got the Enlightenment card for the energy that surrounds you. So this is a very strong message that what this is, if you do this job with good intentions and you are present with yourself while you do this job, this helps you. This helps you be a better person. And your energy that moves you forward is a service card. So what this means to me is don't outstay your welcome. Maybe this is a very good job for you in the moment, but maybe it's not, you know, this is not what I do for 30 years or something like that. So keep your options open. Maybe this is a good opportunity for you to learn new things, maybe gain experience, and maybe you take that experience to a different position in a couple years. So overall, I feel like this is a harmonious opportunity for you. And like I said, it's also a learning opportunity. So go into it with little to no expectation. Be open, be present, be grateful for this job and for this opportunity. And you will be blessed by this experience, most definitely. And let's see. So Shaw Leah says she wants pregnancy general. Oh, dang. I did miss Kel. Kel, I will read for you after I read for Shaw. And like I said, if you're Shay, I'm sorry. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull these cards for you. Okay. So in terms of like general reading, you got the Faith card for the energy that moves you forward. So this card tells me it's time to maybe step on a limb or to take a risk, to look at things a little bit differently, and maybe differently than you normally would look at them. How can you be more innovative with the people and the experiences that you are going through at this moment in time? How can you be more open to receiving from these opportunities and experiences? And what I mean by that is, if we walk into a situation and we expect something bad to happen, we expect something good to happen, we have expectations at all, a lot of times those expectations get shot down. And a lot of times we hurt our own feelings with our expectations. So this is a message to not have expectations and to walk forward in life with open eyes, open arms, open mind, open heart, open body, open. Just be open to what you're experiencing. I think that is the best, that's the best advice that I could give for you. Do not set harsh expectations or boundaries. And then your clarity card that moves you forward is the trickery card. This tells me that there are tricks ahead in your experience, in your life. It is possible that people who are in the family of your partner want to cause trouble with you. I have a very strong pull that is the energy of what these cards mean. It doesn't mean that they are bad people. It doesn't mean that they wish you malicious harm. It just means that they are troublemakers and they just want to cause chaos. So going into that, remember, be open. That was the first message. Be open. Don't have expectations. And don't be like hateful because people cause trouble sometimes. Try to let them cause their own trouble and don't be affected by it. Because if you are unaffected by somebody else's trouble, a lot of times they look like the jerk in the end. People just try to get your goat, basically, is what I'm saying. They really just try to upset your balance just to get a reaction from you, just to see. I'm just going to bother you a little bit just to see what will happen. But if nothing happens, again, they look like the jerks. They look like they're just trying to do stuff, and they are. So prove it to them. Prove it to them that your balance cannot be shaken. And I hope that is helpful. I did miss Kel, so I'm going to go ahead and read for Kel. I'm so sorry, Kel. I'm glad that you commented again. And then I'm gonna read for Riri after I read for Kel. So Kel, here's one card. Wow, we got this card a lot this session. Interesting. Yes, so you got the grief card for the energy that surrounds you. So Kel, this tells me again that you are going through big emotions right now. I think a lot of us are. We are figuring out as a collective how to live, honestly. We knew how to live in February 2020. And then in March 2020, everything changed. Everything changed for every single human on this planet. And now we are just kind of picking up the pieces of that. So this is a moment. This is a moment. It might be a long moment, I'm sorry. But this is a moment for you to feel those feelings. Sometimes that negativity or that hurt or that pain or that grief, that loss that we feel, it inspires us to move forward. There is a quote by Carlos Castaneda, and I'm going to butcher it because I can never remember things word for word. But there's a quote, and it says, a warrior is not in pain and is not hungry. A warrior simply finds a way to get what they need. And so this is a message for you. If you are feeling in pain, if you're feeling grief, if you're feeling sorrow, if you're feeling something deep, how are you not going to feel that anymore? What are you going to do to change your life? What are you going to do to change your circumstances? What are you going to do to get out of pain? What are you going to do to reach for joy? This is very important for you in your life as you go through this time, because this teaches you more about what you want to attract into your experience in the future. You're in a low point right now, and that's okay. Times are changing. They're changing for you. And then your clarity card, the energy that moves you forward, is this Enlightenment card. If you're asking about like spirituality in general, I feel like, again, this is
This, what you experience that is heavy, leads you on a spiritual path, a path that makes you a more whole person. It makes you a person that has better vision. Let's just say that. You will have better clarity moving forward after you figure out a resolution. And the resolution is coming. In fact, the cooperative parts to the resolution are already on their way. You have a way to get out of this deep feeling. Sometimes you sit with it. Sometimes it's time to move forward. Now it's time to move forward. Do what it is you do to feel good. Whether, like I said this before, get warm jammies, something that's very comfortable, a delicious drink, a delicious meal. Do something that makes your body feel good, and then figure out what makes your spirit feel good. And then it's all golden from there. It's all golden. Honor those hard times, but move forward. Now is the time for moving forward. I hope that helps. And then we'll do a message for Riri. Hi, Riri. Thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to pull 2 cards for you. I am shuffling these cards, I promise. So Riri, you get for the energy that surrounds you, Enlightenment. So this is a message that you're experiencing connection. You're experiencing divine connection to source, to your higher power, to whatever that looks like for you. I love that for you. I love that for you. I wish every human on the planet always felt that divine connection. You have it. You have it. You always have it. But sometimes you feel like you have it, okay? And so right now you are entering into a period of where you feel like, yes, I have this divine connection. I feel like I'm getting the synchronicities, the messages, the angel numbers. I'm getting everything. And now I just don't know what to do with it. And maybe you are starting to shift and change with that energy of enlightenment, with that energy of divine connection. Maybe you are becoming who you are supposed to be as a spiritual person, as a warrior, as a perfect person, perfect to your own standards, perfect to your own intuition, perfect to your own integrity. You are becoming, and this is beautiful, beautiful process. In this process of becoming, the energy that moves you forward is the Gossip card. So this is a very simple concept, okay? Very simple. You are in one level. And when you reach enlightenment, I feel like it bumps you up a level. It's not that it makes you better or different than anybody else who you are around. Your clarity gets brighter, though. You see things more clearly. And that's what this level up is. People around you, when you jump a level, they're still down here. And they're like, how'd you get all the way up there? In fact, they get angry a lot of the times when they see that you're up here. When you see that you want people to talk to you and treat you a different way because you're up here now. Your awareness is different. Your clarity is different. Your energy is different. You require people to treat you differently. And these people down here, they're mad. They're used to treating you down here. So what's going to happen is these people will get angry and they'll fall away. Or these people will get angry and then they'll rise up to your level and they'll start treating you better. This is about you asserting your boundaries right now. This is about you not caring what other people say about you. Maybe you do some crazy stuff because you're getting into spirituality or whatever it is. Maybe you go outside and yell at the moon or something. I don't know. Don't let people talk about you. What makes you happy? What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel spiritually connected? And when you feel that connection, who is anybody else to criticize you for what you're feeling? No one has the right. No one has the right to do that. So I'm going to pull one more card tonight. I appreciate everybody who jumped on. I've been reading for, oh my gosh, over 2 hours now. So I'm going to pull one last card. It is the Abraham Hicks card, Ask and It Is Given. And this will be our general reading for the night. General reading looking into the weekend and looking into the beginning of the next week. General reading for removing blocks in our life and for going with the energy and living a life of intention. And before we do this last reading, again, thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Please thumbs up, please subscribe, please share. Cost you nothing, really helps me out. And I'll be back again next Thursday at 7 p.m. to do more readings. So be sure to check that and to look out for that. But the card that we got for our general reading for, again, this is what is going to happen this weekend, early into next week. How are we going to be more intentional with our energy? And we got, I receive what I want. I must not push against the unwanted. And it is this really cool card with this person kind of pushing up against a fence. And it says, this is an expanding universe and all things must be allowed. In other words, for you to understand and experience what you desire, you must understand that which you do not desire. For in order to be able to choose and focus, both must be present and understood. And so this is this message of choice, of recognition of choice. Recognize that there is always a choice. Again, maybe you can't shift other people always. Maybe you can't always shift your situation. You can always shift yourself. You can always shift yourself. And you have to recognize and understand that life is not duality. That's a Western, more Christianized concept of the life. Life is not good and bad. Life is not excellent and poor. Life is a wide range of color and scale and emotion and vibrance, and you can't put a yes or no or a good or bad on life. You can't do it. And so therefore, I don't believe that the bad things that we experience, I don't believe they're really bad. I think even the worst things that we experience are meant to do something. They're meant to change us. They're meant to help us grow. They suck. Sometimes we go through things that are really rough. There is no denying that. But it's all within the realm of normal. It's all within the realm of reality and possibility with what is life. Sometimes we experience these cataclysms and these things that are really difficult to walk through. But it gives us clarity. If you go through something that's really bad, you understand that bad thing, and that thing is probably never going to happen again. It happened that one time, and it was enough for you to learn. It was enough for you to get clarity. It was enough for you to have gratitude. Sometimes when we experience loss, when we experience pain, that's the only thing it shows us. It just shows us how we can be grateful next time, how we can be more happy in our life, how we can experience the good times and really soak in and experience them to the fullest. Soak in and experience them so that that experience of joy, that experience of harmony, that experience of balance just permeates your entire being, and you want more of it, and you move towards more of it. And as we go through life, we continue to reach up and down and up and down, but those downs always teach us a message of gratitude, and they always teach us a message of balance, and they always teach us a message of our own worth and importance, if you are willing to listen. And if you don't listen, those lessons keep repeating. But that's another story for another card and for another day. I appreciate you guys who watched on this live feed. And like I said, remember to catch me again next Thursday at 7. Bye, friends.